The entire machine is crumbling. Guys, they have now released from the left 42 buzzwords, all the ones that make you go like this. They're not allowed to say anymore on the Democrats because it turns out they were just too off putting. They are policing their speech. When I tell you they are crashing out, you have got to believe me. Everything that I'm going to show you is going to be linked right down there in the description box below. And guys, if you want to be on the cutting edge, the bloody edge of the knife pushing our rights forward, hit that subscribe button, like the channel, turn the notification bell on, share this stuff out. Guys, I'm telling you, you have an opportunity, unlike generations have had before us, to send these people into the dustbin of irrelevancy. Let's freaking go. All right, let's get it. We have got to talk about this one. I cannot wait to share with you this list. All right, at Braden LOA on X. You guys know the deal. Jump over there. It's all there. Let's get into it. This is a midday snack, so I'm going to try not to keep you too long. All right. Two articles for you. Again, they're both linked. First, we have The Hill, followed by Politico. We're going to spend a little bit more time in Politico, but I want to show you what The Hill just said because every once in a while, a blind squirrel finds a nut, and they found one. All right, bring on the nuts. Anyway, Third World, that's not right. Third Way circulates blacklist of terms Democrats shouldn't use. Now, some backstory here. Third Way is one of the players of which I've been telling you with the war inside the Democratic Party. Yeah, Third Way is the moderate establishment wing versus the progressive socialist wing. Third Way are the people who are saying we're getting our butts kicked and we've got to change back and pivot to the center. This would be the center identifiable in this scenario. Okay? That's why this is important, because Third Way, they're trying to get the crazies to stop talking crazy. That's why this blacklist came out. Guys, every second of it. Let's get back to it. All right. 2 points highlighted on this article. Third Way, a prominent center-left think tank is aiming to shape the way Democrats speak to voters as they try to counter President Trump's agenda, including avoiding words such as birthing person, cisgender, the unhoused, and Latinx. You can see where this is going. Basically, all the parts of which make you cringe, eyes pop out of your head with hatred for all the lefty progressives who use these words, and if you don't, they look down their little stupid noses at you. Yeah, that's on the list. They might have found a nut on accident. Again, bring on the nuts. All right, right down here, this red part. I am going to zoom in on this part because I want to make sure it is perfectly clear to you guys. Watch this. This is the fight. This is the perception. This is why everyone hates them and they are an eye roll. You ready for it? All right, let's get it. Quote, recognize that much of the language above is a red flag for a sizable segment of the American public, they wrote. It is not because they are bigots, but because they fear cancellation, doxing, or trouble with HR if they make a mistake. Or they simply don't understand what these terms mean and become distrustful of those who use them. Oh my God. They actually figured it out. Now, here's where I want to hear from you guys in the comments. How many of you, just to prove this point, how many of you, because I'm in this bucket, feel that at work, if they don't say the right thing, HR is going to prevent them from getting promoted, or they're going to lose their pension, or they're going to get fired, or they're going to get put on a PIP or a performance improvement plan? All of these things are real life examples. It's the backlash and why everyone hates the woke left progressives. You want to know why woke is dead? It's because of this right here, because the identification of anything woke leads to unnecessary and unfair consequences to anybody outside of the specialized privileged elite. That is it. It's a red flag for the sizable segment of the American public, not because they're bigots, i.e. not because they did anything wrong. It's because you guys are such assholes, you're using the wrong words, and you're basically putting your judgment on them, which affects their family, their finances, their lives, their employment, their housing, their jobs. That is why, you know what? That's why we all hate you, Democrats, because you do this kind of crap. And this is very personal and visceral for me. I lived through this. I went through this exact same thing. It's real. And they stumbled upon it on accident. All right, so let me hear you in the comments on that one because I think it's going to be over the target. But let's get back to Politico. Here comes the list. This list is just mwah! Delicious. A new memo identifies 45 words and phrases for Democrats to avoid, alleging the terms turn voters off. They span 6 categories, from therapy speak to explaining away crime. I cannot wait until you guys see the document, because this list is, again, scrumptious. Democrats seem to think that they can talk their way out of the political wilderness. Listen closely, and you can hear it through the din of all their all-caps Trumpian X feeds. That's Gavin Newsom. Their hours-long manosphere podcasts, trying to be on the Joe Rogan show. Interviews and their more frequent swearing. All of this stuff you and I have been talking about. Because they're trying to win back people they have completely and totally lost. I've been telling you they're cursing, they're growing beards, they're appearing more gruff, they're going in the manosphere, trying to be approachable and relatable. Guys, I swear to God, you and I talk about stuff 3 weeks before Politico or any of the media people talk about it. In some cases, months. There's a reason we are the bloody cutting edge of the knife of freedom. That's what we're doing, because we are positioning ourselves in front of these people. They're just now releasing this. Anyway, let's continue. Here comes the list. In a new memo shared exclusively with Politico, the center-left think tank Third Way is circulating a list of 45 words and phrases they want Democrats to avoid using, alleging the terms put a wall between us and everyday people of all races, religion, and ethnicities. Also, we think you're assholes. It's a set of words that Third Way suggests people simply do not say, yet they hear them from Democrats. Because, again, we're going to go big on this one. Here, watch me work. Because a bunch of woke progressives inside the ivory towers of Fantasyland, inside the diversity-driven and the inclusivity of the universidades. See what I did there? It was inclusive. The universities, they put out these languages through all these papers, and the New York Times picks it up, and all the who's who of liberal progressive, trying to out-liberal progressive their friends, pick up these words, and it becomes part of the preferred lexicon, and that's how you really know who's in the know. And anyone else is the unwashed masses. Yeah. Too bad everyone hates you because of it. And you are the unwashed masses, only you're at the top of the pyramid, not the bottom. Yeah. Enjoy no power. Let's continue. I'm going to be antagonistic all day long. These people deserve it. In the document titled, Was It Something I Said?, Third Way argues that to please the few, we have alienated the many. No. Especially on cultural issues, where our language sounds superior, haughty, and arrogant, according to the memo. You know, I could pay me $20 million. I could have told you this. Honestly, I'd give you that advice for $20 million. I don't think you can do it, which is why I'd give you the advice. But for $20 million, I would do it for a cool 15. Save you $5 million. You can put that towards Kamala Harris's debt load. I'm totally down. Call me. All right. Here's the blacklisted terms. I'm feeling kind of spicy, guys. Here's the terms, the magic words they can't say anymore. Among the blacklisted terms, hear me in the comments. Tell me your favorite one. Privilege. Violence as an environmental violence. Dialoguing, triggering, othering, microaggression, holding space, body shaming, subverting norms, systems of oppression, cultural appropriation, Overton window, existential threat to the climate, democracy, or economy, radical transparency, stakeholders, the unhoused, food insecurity, housing insecurity, person who immigrated, birthing person, cisgender, dead naming, heteronormative, patriarchy, LGBTQIA+, BIPOC, allyship, incarcerated people, involuntary confinement. Yeah, I can't imagine why people don't like you. You laid all this crap out to say the same words just to say it differently so you could appear more intelligent and more plugged into the political elite. And it backfired so badly that they all hate you for it. And now memos are circulating to say maybe we don't say these words anymore. Too little, too late. Assholes. Let's continue. Quote, we are doing our best to get Democrats to talk like normal people and stop talking like they're leading a seminar at Antioch, said Matt Bennett, Third Way's Executive Vice President of Public Affairs. We think language is one of the central problems we face with normie voters. Skirt! Come here. If you have to say the word normie, you still have the problem. Okay. Let's keep going. We think language is one of the problems we face with normie voters, signaling that we are out of touch with how they live, think, and talk. Okay, I'm just going to end the video there. So here's the thing. Dear Democrats, dear Dems, dear lefties, if you're trying to appeal to the mill people, the people who are normal, if you have to call them normies and talk like they're this foreign group and you have to figure out who they are and how they do it, similar to what you do with young men, you're still doing it wrong. I don't know. That $15 million offer is on the table. It's a steal of an offer. Call me. And that's what I've got for you guys. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. I want to hear those comments. I cannot wait to see every single one of them. And I will see you on the next one. I'm Braden. See you later.